Okay. Before we start, Mrs. Wright talked about living and non-living things, and today we're going to focus on living things. So let's read the list that we made together. Living things. It is alive. They can grow. They can move on their own. They can have babies. And they can change on their own. So some living things that we would know are us, people, and animals, and plants. So we have plants in our room, we have people, and then we can see animals outside. And today we're going to talk about what living things need to survive. What does the word survive mean? I'm looking for hands. Isabella. To stay alive. So we're going to learn about what living things, that's plants, animals, and people, what they need to stay alive. So I brought some things in right here. I have a basket full of things, and I'm going to need helpers to come up, and we're going to make our own list of what living things need to survive. So I have a question at the top. What does it say?
What do living things need?
And then we have
Plants,
animals, and people. So we're going to make this list, but I have a basket of things here of what living things need to survive. So I'm going to call on some people to come up here, and we're going to figure out what plants, animals, and people need to survive. So I'm going to look for people with their hands in their laps that are sitting quietly on their bottoms. Let's see. Juliana, do you want to come up and get our first thing out of the basket? All right. So we have a basket here of things. So just grab something. We're going to see if we can figure out what it is. Okay. See our first thing? What do you think that is? Water. So, living things need water. Do you think animals and people need water?
Yes.
Do you think plants need water?
Yes.
So where are we going to write the word water on our list?
Number one.
On both of them. Thank you, Juliana. You can sit down. All right, so I'm going to get my marker here, and I'm going to write water next to number one on both sides because they both need water. All right, so that's one thing gone. Who wants to come help and choose something else? Let's see, Curtis, come on up here. We have other things in our basket here. Thank you for being polite. All right, choose something out of our basket and see if we can figure out what it is. All right.
Marker.
What do you think this is?
Lamp.
Let's see. This is something that Mrs. Wright let me borrow.
A
What does it look like?
flashlight.
A flashlight. So what does a flashlight make?
Light.
It makes light. So, do animals and people need light?
Yeah. Yes.
Do plants need light?
Yeah. Yes. No. No.
But
Yes.
Can people live without light?
No. No.
But the sun goes down at night.
Yes.
Do we stay alive when the sun goes down?
Yes.
But look at our plants. This plant's by the window. That one has some light. So do you think that plants need light to survive?
Yes.
So where should I write the word light?
Number two.
Number 2, which side?
Number one. The first one.
We're going to put it under
Plant.
plants. So do animals and people need light to survive?
Yes.
Because when we go to sleep at night, is it light?
No.
No. And we still stay alive when there's no light outside. All right, I have more things in the basket. Isabella. I'm looking for people that are quiet and raising their hands to come up. All right, pick something out of our basket. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. All right. This one might be a little tricky. What do we got in our bag?
Air.
We have nothing. Or,
Air.
so we have air. Do you think that animals and people need air to survive?
Yes.
What about plants?
No. Yes. Yes.
Who thinks? Raise your hand if you think plants need air to survive. phrase you're going to use them. People need air to survive. So where should we put the word air?
People.
Plants and
People.
and people and animals.
Plants don't need air. Excuse me. How do I need air?
Uh-oh.
You
Okay.
can, Isabella. Oh, my turn.
All right, so we have air on both sides because plants, animals, and people all need air to survive. All right, we still have some things in here. Let's see. Christian A.
Oh, man.
All right, what do you got?
Orange.
An orange. What is an orange?
A fruit.
It is
Food.
So this is food.
Animals and person need food.
So do animals and people need food?
Yes.
Yes.
Do plants need food?
No. Yes. No.
They do need food, but they can make their own food using light and air. So where am I going to put the word food?
Right there.
Am I going to put it under plants?
No.
Yes. On the other one.
On the other side.
Another one.
All right. I have two more things. And look, we have two more spots. Let's see. I'm going to call girl this time. Emily. We have two more things, so pick something out of our basket here. Okay, what do you got? Show them what you have.
House.
This one was hard.
House.
Picture house.
Or
People.
shelter. Or
People. Or a house.
it's somewhere. It's shelter. It's a house because some people in houses, in apartments, and all kinds of other places. But that's the only thing I can think of because I don't think I could have fit a house in that basket. So, do plants need houses?
No.
Do animals and people need houses?
Yes.
So we're gonna call the house shelter. Okay. Thank you, Emily.
So everyone needs houses, they need shelter.
Because people, we live in shelter, in houses and all kinds of stuff. But like, where do bears live?
And
Caves, so they have shelter. Where do dogs live?
in a house.
Some have in houses or dog houses. So there's all different kinds of shelters that animals and people live in. But plants, what about plants? Do they live in a shelter? No. Okay, I have one more thing. Let's see. Johan, come on up here.
I never have. Me either.
I have enough things for everybody to get a turn. What do we got? What's our last thing?
Dirt.
Dirt, or it is
Mud.
kind of wet, so it's like mud. So I took this out of one of Mrs. Wright's plants. I'll put it back when I'm finished. But do animals and people need dirt to live? What about plants? Plants. So we're gonna put Thank you, Christian. Or Johan.
Animals put dates on the back to stay.
Okay, so let's look at our list really quick.
Oh.
What do living things need? Plants. We have
Water,
light, air, soil. Animals and people. Water, air, food, and shelter. So those are the kinds of things that the animals and people and plants need to survive. Are our lists the same?
No.
They're different, but they have some of the same things, don't they?
Yeah, water.
They both need air and water, but then there's other things that are different, okay? So now we're going to go back to our desks when I call you, and I want you to write a sentence about something that plants and animals need and draw a picture to go with it. If you finish early, you need to write more sentences. It's just we don't have very much time, so I'm just going to see how much we can get finished. So you only have about 5 or 6 minutes. So you should not be talking. You should be doing your best work and your best spelling, okay? Do your writing first and then your picture. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah. No.
Edward.
What water, food, and
You're going to write these things down because I'm going to cover this up and you can't see it. So I'm going to see who is doing their best listening because I don't want you copying this. I'm going to cover it up. So please walk back to your desk. I'm going to pass out paper. You need to get your pencil out and make sure your name's on this. I'll leave it up until I get all the paper
Miss
passed out.
Lulu, can